It has been so long since I've done a sit down video, a Dear 30s video. That series only has 2 other episodes, and I really don't like the fact that it seems like it's a trend of my Dear 30s being about dating. And while this video will have segments where I am speaking on dating and my experiences and whatnot, it's not all that the video has to offer. This is like, it's scary, but it's not scary. I told you guys I feel like we should be able to live out loud. So this is a part of that. It's a part of me being vulnerable and transparent. It is, yeah, it's my experience. And I love to give a disclaimer because on so many different platforms, people get on, they're like giving advice or telling you specifically what you should be doing. And that's not what I'm here to do, because I am not a dating expert. I am not a therapist. I am not a life coach. Like, I'm none of those things, but I am a woman who has feelings, who has experiences, and I want to be able to share that. I also feel like there's absolutely nothing that God does not already know. So anything that I share here today or at any other time, I don't feel like anyone can ever use against me, because he already knows. And literally his opinion and his judgment is what matters most. And I'm just here to be like a vessel. Like, my hope and desire is that some other woman across this screen will in fact gain something from me just talking, because I have no like bullet points. I have like, there are things on my heart I want to share, but I don't have specific things I like need to say in a correct way. I'm just going to pour it out and let it come out however it does. But I've already prayed about it. I pray that it reaches the right community. While I don't wish some of these things on any of you guys, I know there are other women who have experienced, is experiencing, or may come into a position where they experience some of these things. And if what I can share today can be useful, or if somebody feels seen, then that's what I'm going to do. And the reason I don't wish some of these things, I put some because some things are great things here. So I do want you to experience those great things. But yeah, so ladies, like, let's get comfortable. I don't know how long this is fitting to be. I don't know all the different directions. What I do know is going to be all over the place probably, because I have a difficult time staying on one subject. So if I think of something in the meantime, I might cut myself off and start talking about that thing. I guess let's get started. Let me just go ahead and get, probably, it's not even the elephant in the room. It's the elephant in the room for me. But at the end, towards the very end of last year and the beginning of this year, I gave someone's son a chance, an opportunity, when I literally was not looking. I wasn't, my mind, nothing was on dating. Like, I was fine how I was. And they felt like an exception for some reason. And I can understand why as we go on. But anyway, I gave somebody, I gave somebody's son a chance. And it did not play out the way that I initially thought it would. It didn't turn into what I initially thought it would turn into. And it wasn't a relationship. I was getting to know the person. I'm not here to bash him or men. I'm here to more so talk about, I think, like, as women, sometimes the things that we do and whatnot. So let's just talk about it. I'll start with the things, I don't even know how to, okay. So I think this was a reminder. This situation really was a reminder to me. A reminder to set boundaries, a reminder to express those boundaries in and when and how necessary, and then to stand on those boundaries, which I'm so grateful. The majority of them I stood on, because I know for an absolute fact, I know me, that if some of those boundaries had been crossed, oh, I would be like so down bad. Like, mind you, I'll get to that in a second. It hurt, of course. Like, you know, sometimes letting go absolutely does hurt. But I would have been I would have been down bad. So I'm just so thankful that I did stick to the majority of my boundaries. Like, I am proud of myself for that, because it saved me unnecessary hurt. Yeah, setting boundaries is just so important. And then standing on those boundaries is even more important. Like, you gotta stand on them. Like, you have to. What's the point of making them to just like not follow through on them? You gotta stand on them. Stand on them. Now, I think the place where I'm disappointed in myself, and I think that has been the hardest part of this is I put so much pressure on myself to be perfect when I know that's not even possible because only Jesus is perfect. But I always want to like do the right thing. I want to do the best thing. And I ignored certain red flags, certain things that when you added it up, it was like, wait a minute. But ignoring those, because I think a lot of times as women, we look at potential versus like what we're currently dealing with. Like, will this be enough? What I'm in right now, will this be enough? Not looking at will it be enough once they do X, Y, and Z a few months from now or a year from now. Like, we can't live on those hopes and dreams that someone will develop into who we see them or the version we made up in our head. Like, we can't hold them to that version. The only version we can hold them to is what we see in front of us. And so I did turn some red flags into some green ones for sure. And that's not me saying that he was a bad person. It's just things that may not have aligned with what I truly wanted, or things that made me question, like, I don't know how to explain that part. Man, there was something else I wanted to say. That setting boundaries. Don't ignore those red flags, and don't try to change the colors of them to be your favorite color. I think we have to do a better job of believing people for the things that they say when those things don't align with us, and also believe in actions over words. And I know that sounds confusing and contradictory, but when you think about it, it makes sense. If you tell me you like to steal, I gotta believe you. Like, I'm gonna believe you that you're a thief. So like, I need to believe the things that are like not in alignment with me. Like, I don't want to be around a thief. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to believe those words. When it comes to things that somebody might say that are green flags. Oh, also, he wasn't a thief that I'm aware of. I was just using that example. But when it comes to green flags, I need the actions to align with those green flags. But I'm gonna believe you. You tell me something that looks like a negative, or like you like to do something crazy, I'm gonna take your word on that. For sure, 100%. I am also proud of myself for reeling things in quicker than I have in the past. I think that's a lot of growth there, a lot of growth. But again, I'm disappointed in myself, I think, for even having to go through it. But there was a reason. I know there was, because it has pushed me to go even deeper with my relationship with God. Like, the way I'm in my word now, like I was reading my word, I was studying the word, I was still praying, but like now it truly just reminds me of how much dependence I have on God. Oh, this is a totally different subject that has nothing to do with this situation that I was in. What I've learned is, so I used to think in my mind that once I had my husband, I would be good. Like, he would be, you know, my partner, and like he'll be there to fix the things that go wrong, and you know, we'll be good. Partner or no partner, I am going to need Jesus. Even with a partner, we are going to need God through it all. At the end of the day, the one person that I need is God. Like, I absolutely need him. Even once my husband comes, I can't look for him to be my everything, my all. And I think before, that's the mindset I had about marriage. Like, he's gonna be my everything. Like, he'll fix it. Like, if something's wrong, he'll fix it. I can't put that type of pressure on a person. Like, he's literally not Jesus. And even in our marriage, we will need to rely heavily on Jesus. Like, I know that sounds like so simple to like say, but it's just something I never had thought about before. Like, I thought, I don't know, but now I get it. Like, I absolutely get it. You know how like online a lot, especially like on TikTok and stuff, they say like decenter men. I don't think, well, I know for sure, I'm not someone who centers men unless I'm in a relationship. Let me explain. So like, I've only been in 2 actual serious relationships, both of which were pretty long. I think 3 years, one of them was 3-ish years, and then 5 years. And so outside of those time periods, being single all through college, like, I don't necessarily have to be with a man. Like, I don't have a desire. Like, I can thrive on my own. I actually, a lot of times, thrive a lot better when I'm single and just focusing on me. Like, I thrive. So I don't have to have a man. Like, I can be alone, I can be by myself. But when I am with someone, I am truly with them. And I think at those times, especially in the past, I could see how I would be centering my life and my world around them. And that's what I've learned to not do. Like, they're a part of my world, but they're not my world. At the end of the day, I still gotta be there for me. I still have to have my relationship with God. I still need to have time for my family and my friends. Although my spouse will be a significant part of my life, I cannot make them my life. They're still a person, they're still a human. And I think those are the things I would do in those relationships. What else? Yeah, I think the hardest part was, of course, letting go, because that person has started to become a regular in my life. There's certain things that I knew would happen at certain times, or just things like that. So them not being in my like daily routine was difficult to kind of like transition. And then having grace with myself has been probably the biggest part. But on the other side of that, I feel so empowered, and that's always been the case. Like whenever I have decided to choose myself, there's always this power that comes with it. Is this encouragement, this like, you, Jasma, it's okay. Like, you can actually do all these things. You've been fine before. You are fine in your single seasons. Like you're fine. Like, it's this sense of empowerment that I can't really explain. And doing it, like when I think about past relationships, it's hard to utter those words, and it's difficult to kind of stand on those words in that business and be like, this is it. But I've always come out so much stronger on the other side. I've come out with so much more character development. I've come out with so much more love for myself. I've come out with understanding myself more on the other side of getting out of, whether it's relationships or friendships, that no longer poured into me the way that I needed them to. And even with friendships, there's one particular friendship where there were red flags there. Like, it's like I'm like, I'm not explaining it. There were so many red flags when I look back, and there was so much effort I put into the friendship. And when I think about it, I was like, was that person actually even a friend to me? Like, honestly, like, because is friend in the room. Like, is it? And I think about how much I gave. I'm a big giver. Like, and when I love hard, whether that's romantic or platonically. Like, I love very, 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 very hard. And I do think my experiences with friends and romantic relationships, it's kind of, I'm not gonna say it's hardened me, because it hasn't. But it's reminded me to guard my heart, to choose better, to see things for what they really are, to pray for discernment. And one other thing that I did, and I think it's valuable in any type of friendship relationship. I prayed to God for, I don't want to say a sign, but like confirmation, like, God, let me know. And there's something that he did. It's like I can't even ignore it. And I had to be obedient. I had to be obedient, because once you put it in my face like that, God, once you've made it plain and make it clear, because I be praying to God, I be like, God, you know me. Like, please make it clean and clear cut for me to know that it's from you and that this is what you are saying, because I will have a tendency to try to overlook it and he knows me, and he knows how to talk to me or show me in a way that I don't have any way around it. This is the confirmation you're looking for, Jasma. Here you go. And I got that confirmation. And if there's anything I've learned also over the last few years, is there's so many blessings, but there's so much peace on the other side of obedience. And I'm not gonna say obedience is easy, because it's not, but it's so necessary. Like, I always come out so much better on the other side, even if that means I have to go through a little heartache, a little period of being down and sad. It always turns out so much better on the other side, with so much peace. And you guys know this has been these 6 months have been difficult, this first half of the year. I mean, goodness gracious. When I need to be focusing on other things, like, I still don't have a job. I need to be doing other things, like, not worried about, priorities, Jasma. Well, let's go ahead and talk about that too. I've actually been like documenting. I know I love a good little documentary. Like, I will record things and then share it with you guys all at one time. Like when I went through things with my boob and the lump. And I feel like there was another thing too. Some days I'm really good. Some days I am like, my faith is as big as Mount Everest. And the other days my faith is as big as a piece of a grain of salt. And some days it's so much easier, I feel like, to trust God than it is other days. And I don't know why that is, when he's so consistent, when he shows up every single time, when things always work out for my good. Like, are you kidding me, Jasmine? Are you kidding me? So some days it's gotten better. Like, it's easier for me to wake up. There have been days where I just have not wanted to get out of bed, where I have cried and cried and cried and cried, and I've been mad at myself, I've been mad at God, and I'm just like, God, why? Especially, this is what I was actually talked to one of my best friends about. Like, I'm not perfect, right? But also, I actually think I documented this. I won't talk too much on it because I think I've already blogged about it, and I'll share that with you guys at another time. But I move with like grace, I move with love. So sometimes I'm like, God, why is this happening to me? What did I do to deserve to be in this type of predicament? What did I do? Why me? Like, I literally like don't try to bother people or hurt people. Like, I try to help and encourage people whenever I can. And so trying not to fall into that victim role and just understanding like life isn't fair. You're gonna go through things. How else will I have testimonies to share? How else would I show people his goodness and his grace? And how will I do it if I never have to go through anything? There's no other side to it. I'm gonna always think it was just, oh, I get stuff done. It happens for me. I make it happen. Like, no, I don't. He does. So I do understand like there will be trials even as a believer. Like, it says it's biblical. Like, you're gonna go through things, like and that's just, it just is what it is. But these last few months have been very difficult to sometimes see the blessing in each day. And I experienced something for the first time that I haven't experienced, I think, in years, where I really was giving up like the will to be here. It just felt pointless, especially with so much is going on in the world, and then my own feelings towards different things, and still trying to get finances in order. And mind you, I'm not someone who even idolizes money, or it's not the center of my world. Babes, I just want enough to pay my bills, get some of my wants, and travel, and be able to give and help others, and tithe. Like, that's all I want to be able to do. Like, I don't have to have millions stacked up in my bank account. That's not a dream of mine. So like, to have these different things going on sometimes seem like all at once, it was just like, what is the point of this? Like, literally, what is the point, God? Like, I don't get it. But I know that I have purpose. I know that there's a reason I'm here, and I want to, I owe it to God. Like, I need to fulfill my purpose. I need to do whatever it is that he has called me to do in this life and in this world. And times it won't always be easy, and I won't always have anyone to run to other than him, and that's okay. Like, I have to run to him. Like, the situation I was talking about when at the beginning of this video, everything that's happened has like really pushed me to be closer to God, to know him better, to hopefully mimic his love better, to be a reflection of him, that when people see me, they see his goodness and his love, despite the hard days, despite the trials and tribulations, despite the heartache and heartbreak and all those different things. Yeah. I don't know. It's about to storm again. It's been storming like every day. Oh, this is random, but my husband is gonna have some competition, and literally is not even gonna probably be who most people would think it is. It's gonna be my friends. It's gonna be my friends, because the way they show up for me, collectively, individual, because I have different like groups or individual friends, but the way they show up for me, the way they pour into me, whether it's so many different things. Like, oh, I want to name drop, but like, I don't want to leave anybody out, because I'm just so thankful for like my friends as a whole. But you know who you are, and so I appreciate you. My friends know who they are. They know the way that they show up for me, and that's gonna be my man's competition, because like the way they're setting the bar, the way they're stacking the bar, like, you gotta come with your A game and nothing less. Absolutely nothing less. I will not accept the bare minimum when it comes to relationships, when it comes to friendships. I will not accept the bare minimum, because I know what I deserve. I know my worth. Oh, and like, the more I read my word, and the more I see like how Jesus loves his daughter, like the way he interacted with women in the Bible, and the way like he cares about women and the elderly and kids and whatnot. Not saying he don't care about men, because obviously he cares about his sons, but like, why would I settle? Why would I ever settle? Obviously no one will ever reach Jesus like level, obviously, and I'm not asking that. But when I see how much Jesus actually loves me, when I feel how much he loves me, why would I ever settle for anything that I don't want. Why would I? It literally makes no sense. I know how much I'm worth. I know what I have to offer. Why would I settle? Why? I've experienced settling. Let me experience not settling. I know it has to be great over there. I know it does. Dang, I was talking about something else before this. Oh, my friends. Like, I have to do a better job though, if I'm being honest, because I like to go through things alone. Of course, y'all know this. I'll cry, I'll pray about it, I'll talk to God. I have gotten back into writing down some of my prayers and whatnot. But when it comes to like sharing what I'm going through, it's very, very, very difficult. One, because I don't feel like I'm about to tell the same story 12 different times to 12 different friends. Like, I'm just not. Just not going to. I'm just not. But I also know that they have, like, my friends have things that's going on with them, and I don't like to be a burden to other people. So I prefer to deal with things on my own. I prefer to be in my house and unfortunately not answer text messages, phone do not disturb, not answering calls. Like, I like to be alone to get through things for the most part. And when I'm ready, then I'm ready to share. Then I'm ready to maybe have input. And a lot of times it's not even well, sometimes it is input I'm looking for, but sometimes it's just me like venting to one of my friends and then it's just over. But I'm not a person who necessarily has to go around and tell every single friend every single thing that's going on, because again, we all have so much going on and I just refuse to be a burden. I refuse to other people. But I'm so thankful that I do have support systems, that I have people who check in on me, who just are calling or just, hey, I haven't heard from you, I haven't seen you post, what's going on, are you okay? And I appreciate it so much. This lady got stuck outside in the rain with her dog. It's pouring down. I hope she don't mind. And I think for so long I went through so much alone because I allowed my voice to be muted by the people around me. I was left feeling like my voice, my opinions, and things did not matter, that I was overreacting, and that I didn't know how to deal with my emotions. Because of that, I felt like closed off and shut in, and then I would wait for things to get really bad and just explode. And now, of course, I am the villain. Now, of course, I'm in the wrong. But thank God for growth, because that's not where I am anymore. I've learned to speak on things that are bothering me, things that don't sit right with me, that someone may say. I'm learning and have learned to voice those things in a graceful way. Not everything has to be an argument. Not everything has to end in madness. Like, it can end gracefully. Like, we can talk about it like adults and work through it or do whatever we need to do to be better at it. One of my friends called me out because there are areas where I can improve, and I appreciate it because she means the world to me and I would hate to lose her again. So I took the feedback and I was like, you're right. I can do better. There are areas I can do better in. So I'm so thankful she offered me the grace and the room to even grow instead of just cutting me off. Also, choosing myself is literally always just the best decision. Choosing myself, it always just works out well. And I don't mean that in like a selfish way. Like, when I say choosing myself, I mean it just like choosing what's best for me. Because I've lived a long time of choosing what was best for other people. But where did that leave me? It left me drained and insecure and lack of confidence and doing everything that everybody else wants me to do and not living for myself. But choosing me is the best decision I can make. I mean, obviously choosing Jesus, choosing God. But like, I think y'all understand what I'm saying. And I know for a fact that I am a bit odd. Like, I don't know if it comes across, but I love when y'all get my sense of humor. Like, I absolutely love it. I have a hard time being my best self around people who are literal. People who are very like literal about everything, we don't tend to mesh well. And I understand in the beginning people don't understand, like, people have said it time and time again, they weren't sure about me in the beginning. And they weren't sure about me because like I'm mean or come off as like uppity or something, but because of my sense of humor. And then they realize I'm not serious. Like, I literally am so unserious most of the time. But that's also has been a like downfall in some situations because people didn't think they can play with you all the time. And that's not the case. Like, yes, I joke a lot. Like, yes, my personality and like my sense of humor in the beginning, you're like, a lot of people just say they aren't sure if I'm serious or not. And I can understand why, but then once they get to know me, very humbly, they fall in love with me. And I tend to fall in love with them. Like, it's all love. Like, people who are literal and don't have like a sense of humor, it's hard for me to mesh well with them because I'm normally looking for the best in things. I'm normally having a good time. I'm normally happy. Like, that's just, I've told y'all this before, like I wake up ready to talk, ready to laugh, ready to hear a joke or tell a joke. And I really appreciate people who get my sense of humor. Sometimes when I'm like commenting back to y'all, I love when y'all pick up on certain things that I've done or said, because it's like a joke to me, or it's like something that's like, I don't know, it's that you get me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love being seen and I love being gotten. I don't think that's the right word. And I realized that I am enough. Like, yeah, there are areas for me to work on, but I am enough. Like, I am enough. Also, the fact that Jesus is enough. Like, let's say that I never get married, which I hope isn't the case. I do believe God for a partner, for a companion, for my husband. But Jesus is enough. Like, he is enough. And then I know that I am enough. I'm enough, and I'm deserving of love. I'm deserving of great friends, of an amazing man, of a career that I love. Oh, I keep losing my train of thought. I'm enough. And I'm not too much. I am not too much. Yes, I can be all over the place. Yes, I can, I don't know, but I'm not too much. I'm not perfect, but I'm not too much either. And I'm just so thankful for the opportunity to fall more and more and more and more in love with myself every day. And some of these trials and tribulations are necessary for me to uncover more about myself and what it is I have to offer. Oh, another subject. So also I realized that I'm a big giver, and it's been hard for me to be a receiver. And I say this because, like, I would go into friendships or into a relationship thinking about what I can give, what I can do for this person. Like, I never thought about it as like a give and take, but if we're being quite honest, I have to be poured into as well. That's so important to me. But I've never looked at like a relationship as, what can I gain from this person? How does this benefit me? But I actually think that's necessary, because I need to be able to, you need to be able to pour into me. I need to be able to grow in this space with your help. Why are you here if you aren't offering me anything? And I know that sounds so wild and so crazy, because for so long that's something that would like irritate me. Like, why, like, somebody can be in your life without giving you something. It's not about what they can give you. But no, there is something. Even if it doesn't have to be money, it doesn't have to be something material. Like, there is something. If someone's in my life, I don't know how to say this, but I just hope it comes across correctly. If someone's in my life long term and in a position like a close friend or a significant other, they need to be pouring into me. I'm starting to look for, what does this relationship, friendship do for me? How does it impact my heart? That's important to me now. And I had to realize that wanting or having a desire to receive things is actually of importance to me now, and necessary, because I can't just give. I'm going to be on empty. I can't just give. It's a two-way street. And for someone who has never been a big, oh, what can this person do for me? What can this do for me person? It was a hard thought process to change, but it's actually necessary. It's necessary. How do I benefit from being in this? Because if there is no benefit, then what are we doing? And again, I'm talking about long-term things. I'm not expecting every single person I come across that have the benefit from their existence or from their presence. If I can just simply give, like, let's just say, this is just random, but let's say that I'm able to help put a family into a home somewhere, like set them up or help them out any type of way. I'm not looking for anything in return. That's going to bless me enough if I can help them. So I'm not saying it in like every scenario, like I'm looking for, how can this person, what can I get from this person? But in close relationships and friendships, it is a two-way street. It's like, how do we pour into each other? And it's necessary. It's just necessary for me now. I hope that came across correctly and that you guys understand what I'm saying. I don't know if there's anything else. It probably is once I stop recording. I'll be like, oh dang, I wanted to talk about this and I totally forgot. But this was just a little girl talk. I don't expect everyone to understand everything or feel everything that I said. I don't, and because I might have said we, or as women we do so and so, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But I do know, unfortunately, that there are people who will relate to some of these things that aren't necessarily the best feelings or the best situations to be in. But know that God does love you. I love you. I'm always, like I said, I'm always grateful that you guys are here, and you are more than enough. Offer yourself grace. It's something that I actually have a very difficult time doing, but is necessary. Offer yourself grace. Also, one other thing, oh my goodness, I was talking to one of my friends the other day, And why is it that we can see, let's say one of our friends is dealing with a man, or just one of their like friends, even like one of their female friends or something, and like they put up with a lot, and you can see on the outside looking in, they're like, girl, this is not serving you. Like, why are you doing this? You deserve better. You deserve better than this. We can point it out, we can see it, but then it comes to us and we want to make everything into green flags. We want to negate all of those exact same feelings. Why can't we hold ourselves to the same standard? Why can't we love ourselves and give ourselves the hard talking to that we need to leave things that aren't what they're supposed to be? Why is it so hard for us to do that for ourselves? Why is it sometimes that we want the best for our friends more than we want the best for ourselves? Why is it that we feel like our friends deserve certain things but we don't deserve certain things? Why is it that we can offer other people so much grace but not ourselves? Why is it that we can forgive other people but not forgive ourselves sometimes? I don't know, but that's something that I have to diligently work on, is offering myself grace, forgiving myself for putting myself in certain situations, or for allowing certain disrespect, or forgive myself but do better going forward. Now I think I'm done for real. I know this is probably pretty long. It says 41 minutes right now. Yeah, this is a Dear 30s video. Haven't done one in a while. This is what's going on. This is how life is lifing right now. But I know that there's greater on the other side, and that I don't have to change how loving and how caring and how kind and whatever other words fit in right there. I don't have to, and generous, I don't have to change any of that for the right people in my life. I don't have to harden my heart. I just have to guard it a little better. I just have to make better decisions. I have to forgive myself, have grace, and move forward. All right, I love you guys so very much. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next video. I don't know what the next video is. It could be a fitness series video, it could be a weekly vlog. I have no idea. It could be a try-on haul. I have no idea, but I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah.